Welcome to UAPB Currents. I'm your host, Shelly Roby Ingram, and today we're getting into the holiday season and we're talking with the chairpersons of the Old Town Committee for Reinventing Pine Bluff and the chairperson for Old Town Christmas, Daryl A. Taylor and Miss Ebony Anderson. Welcome to UAPB Currents.
Thank you.
All right, now before we get into Old Town Christmas, let's talk a little bit about the Old Town Committee for Reinventing Pine Bluff. And Daryl, you are the chairperson for the Old Town Committee. So tell everyone who may not know what the Old Town Committee or have heard of it before, what exactly it is.
Well, the focus of the Old Town Committee is to invite foot traffic or interest in specifically the Old Town district of Pine Bluff, which is a subpart of the downtown development district. And so the Old Town district goes from essentially the train tracks back to Barricue, from Walnut over to Convention. And so it's just to get people interested in coming downtown, finding out a little bit about the historic nature of the Old Town area of Pine Bluff.
Okay. Now, what do you do here in Pine Bluff when you're not a part of the Old Town Committee?
Actually, now new job started in January, assistant city attorney for Pine Bluff.
Okay.
And so my primary obligation there is to prosecute misdemeanor criminal offenses and traffic violations. And so that's what I do in between the community service involvement.
All right. Now, and how did you come to be a part of the Old Town Committee?
I think I initially started sometime last year when I worked for, is that when it was? Yes. When I worked for Judge Jones with the drug court. I was the special projects director over the Jefferson County Drug Court. And during that time, we were working on a project that we wanted to collaborate with the Old Town on. I think we were working on maybe community gardening project that was right in the Old Town area. And so we were working on collaborating with them. So that's how I initially got involved. And after that point, just kind of stayed around. There was a vacancy, I think, with the chairperson sometime earlier this year. And one of the members kind of mentioned to me about maybe filling that vacancy. And I was excited to do so because I have a great interest in downtown, specifically in the historic aspects of downtown. And actually recently purchased a home that's historic, and so I kind of thought that was a great way to get into the whole historic aspect of the downtown.
Okay. And what are some of the things that the Old Town Committee does?
Well, our number one focus, as I said earlier, is to get people interested in being downtown. Not only being there, but lingering there. Once you come, we want to have things that entice you to stay and to dwell there, learn about the Old Town and the historic aspects. And so, we've been working on the Bash on Barricue was a project that has come out of the Old Town. And of course, Old Town Christmas is probably one of the major events for Old Town. And we're going to continue with the Bash on Barricue, probably focusing on revamping it, maybe to a festival-style event that's going to happen maybe twice a year.
Okay.
We worked on that last year, ran into a couple of things that we kind of thought we needed to revamp, specifically as it relates to weather. We previously had done that during the summertime. It was just extremely hot. Mainly is kind of one of the main issues. And, we want to make sure that people come and enjoy, so you don't want it to be unbearable as it relates to the heat. So we considered doing a fall festival. And kind of with the timing, we thought that maybe what we should do this year is focus our efforts on the Christmas, because it's kind of right into that area of fall going into the Christmas season. And that's kind of what we did. Took and focused a lot of our efforts on the Old Town Christmas for this year, and maybe look at doing a spring festival and a fall festival for next year. Okay.
Now, the Bash on Barricue, for people who may not be familiar with it, what did the previous stylings of the way you had it set up, what did that entail?
It's kind of like a festival, but it would happen each Saturday, and we would invite a different organization to essentially sponsor. And so, for instance, let's say maybe Red Cross wanted to be a sponsor one Saturday, then they would be the focus, and then we'd ask them to help us secure volunteers. They set up a booth style, in addition to having other organizations that would come and set up a booth. But the focus is to ensure that it happened in the Old Town area. So we're going back to that same concept, getting individuals into the Old Town. Regardless of what we're doing, we want them in the Old Town area. and there's a new courtyard, kind of picnic area that was built and completed right there across from the courthouse. And so we were trying to make sure that we included that new area, which is really nice, picnic tables, covering the awning, that type of thing. It was dedicated this year. It was in the month of May?
Yes.
During the month of May. And so trying to make sure that we bring people there enjoying that new facility.
All right. Now, what do you guys feel is the importance, I guess, of getting people into the downtown area?
Well, essentially because it's where the focus of where Pine Bluff kind of started and extended from. And then there's so much rich history there. You know, there are a lot of markers that are up that kind of talk about the different things that happen specifically in these areas. These certain war, some kind of battle may have gone on here. All these different types of things, and we just don't want to lose focus of where did the physical beginnings of Pine Bluff take place. And then, you know, I'm a fan of historic buildings. You know, and even though some of them are kind of falling into disrepair, you know, it's just so much rich history there that we don't want to lose. And that's kind of one of the things that we're also focusing on is a partnership with Pine Bluff development with the Model Block program that's seeking to give those owners of those buildings an opportunity to get some kind of evaluation of what is the state of their building and what could they do at the lowest cost to kind of bring up the look of it, even if it's just the facade, so that when people are coming through, they're saying, okay, this is a good looking area. So that is a partnership that we have with the Pine Bluff Downtown or Economic Development Region with the Model Block program.
All right. Okay, now when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the revitalization that's gone on in downtown, some new business openings and all those types of things, and how more people can get involved in the Old Town Committee for reinventing Pine Bluff and getting our history back and keeping that rich history and keeping downtown beautiful, okay? And we'll be right back after this break on UAPB Currents.
The pain will not control us. It will never break us, define us, or keep us still. Because arthritis can't beat us if we beat it first. In the fight against arthritis, you need a weapon. What's yours? Visit the Arthritis Foundation at fightarthritispain.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and I'm joined again by our guest, Daryl A. Taylor, who is the chairperson for the Old Town Committee for Reinventing Pine Bluff, and Ebony Anderson, who is the chairperson for Old Town Christmas this year and the past 10,000 years that we've been having Old Town Christmas. But before we went to break, we were talking about the revitalization of downtown Pine Bluff, and there are some new businesses in the Old Town area. What are those businesses?
Well, we're really excited about 3 new restaurants. Yeah, we like Terry's. Terry's is great. There's Terry's, I think home-style cooking. There's RJ's, which is also is a soul food type spot. And then there's Pizza Posh. And they're all really great spots. Really excited about them being there. Any business that can come and help to support the Old Town area we're excited about. And those 3 are in the Old Town area. So we are very excited about their presence there.
Okay, all right. Now, we were going to talk about some of the things that, some of the other things that Old Town does. What are some of the things that you all have coming up on the horizon to bring attention to downtown Pine Bluff?
Our biggest event coming up is going to be Old Town Christmas, and I must say this is the first time I've been a part of Old Town Christmas, but I'm really, really excited about it. We have a lot of great activities planned, and Ebony has done an outstanding job, and I'm told that she does a good job every year. So I've been very pleased, impressed with the progress so far, and we have a lot of great activities I think that are going to be planned for the children, family, all to come out and kind of be a part of the Old Town area.
Okay. Now, how do you become a part of the Old Town Committee? Is it something that's open to everyone? Do you have to be located because you work in that area? And Ebony, who is works at the United Way, works in that area. So is that a requirement for being a part of the Old Town Committee?
You don't have to do a certain job, live in a certain area. If you're interested in helping to revitalize Pine Bluff downtown area, specifically the Old Town, then we welcome you. We want you, we love you, come, please. We have meetings the second Mondays of every month, unless there's a holiday, then usually what we'll do is carry that meeting over to that next week. 12 o'clock noon, Donald Reynolds Center in the
which is
conference
usually
room.
convenient because of the lunch hour.
Yes.
Normally everyone takes the lunch at 12, so very convenient.
So it works out very well. We've had good participation, and we welcome everyone. There are no dues. Essentially, we don't meet for the sake of meeting. We're meeting trying to discover what are the areas that we want to address as it relates to the Old Town area. What do we want to make better? What can we do to invite traffic? That's what we're focusing on, trying to stay right in line with what the mission of the Old Town area is.
Okay. All right. So getting into Old Town Christmas then, let's dive on in and talk about Old Town Christmas. What is the Old Town Christmas event?
The Old Town Christmas event, which has been around for the past 7 years, this will be the 7th annual. And it's basically an event for families to come out to. It's free of charge, free entertainment. It's just a way for families to gather together and celebrate Christmas and be able to come out, because the economy and times are so bad that it's hard for families in a whole in general to just go out and have a good time, a safe time. And so that's basically what Old Town Christmas is. We encourage all families, everyone, to just come out and enjoy the music and the games and the different festivities that we'll have going on that day.
Okay. And since you're talking about the music and the games, what are some of the things for some people who have never been to Old Town Christmas? Then what's the setup like? What can they expect?
Well, every year we're very fortunate because we grow and grow and grow, and this year I think it's going to be the biggest ever. And we have so many contributors from the downtown area and Pine Bluff and Jefferson County, in whole. But we have like children's games. We have visits with Santa Claus, hay rides, a bounce house. Some of the entertainment is the Jenkins Choir, the Cosmopolitan Choir, Pine Bluff Children's Community Choir. We have a soloist, Miss Linda Simmons, and you name it, we basically have it. Popcorn, cookies, punch. It's just fun for all. Face painting.
Okay. Now, the singing aspect of it, you said all of these different musical acts. Well, first of all, where are you guys going to be located this year?
This year, we are located in the Donald W. Reynolds Center. Okay. And that's 211 West 3rd.
All right. And the bounce house, so everything, it's going to be in and around the Reynolds Center area.
Center area.
And what times are we doing?
The actual event is from 4 to 6, and that's right before the Christmas parade, which is at 6:30.
Okay. All right. So it all kind of brings everything together. You come and you have Old Town Christmas, and then you hang around for the Christmas parade.
Right.
Okay. So now we were getting back to the musical acts and things. How is that laid out? You come and there's a certain area where all the musical acts will be performing, or, you know, how is that?
That's correct. Everything is going to be set in a certain area within the building. Our focus is to have a general map of everything that's going to be inside the building.
Okay.
The choirs will be right when you first walk in off of the 2nd Street entrance, and all the choirs will be there. We're going to have a movie night that's going to be right next to the choirs, and the fire department. I guess I can just jump into the sponsors.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
We're really just so excited because we have the Pine Bluff Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, with Sheriff's Office, the Pine Bluff Police Department, Fairfield Credit Union, the Pine Bluff Library, United Way is joining in, and Donald W. Reynolds Center, which is our location. We're very grateful for that. We have the RSVP K-Train with everyone doing announcements, and, you know, UAPB.
So don't forget about UAPB.
And UAPB Theater. They're going to join in and help us out.
Some of the students from the theater department.
Okay. All right. So it's a community-wide event, and you said Jefferson County as well, so it's not just a Pine Bluff thing, and it's for everyone to come to. There's no charge.
No charge for admission.
No charge for admission.
No charge for admission.
Okay, so there it will be. You have vendors. There are vendors that serve food.
We're hoping to have a Build-A-Bear.
Okay.
And she'll join in, but of course that'll be a charge.
Okay.
You know, to build your own bear, and we'll have a vendor on site. You know, if you want something other than the free things that we'll have, like cookies and punch and popcorn.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the sponsors and exactly what they do to help with the Old Town Christmas event. Okay. All right. We'll be right back after this on UAPB Current.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Come here.
I love you, Dad.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and again we're joined by Daryl Taylor, who is the chairperson for the Old Town for Reinventing Pine Bluff, and Ebony Anderson, who is the chairperson for Old Town Christmas, which is what we really have been talking about over the last segment, and we're going to focus on right now because that event is coming up on December the 3rd, all right? Very beginning, jumping out, you know, getting everybody ready for the holiday season, going in, having this great family event, and then the Christmas parade, and you can take it from there. The holiday spirit will be with you.
It's starting.
All right. Yep. But one of the things that we were talking about during the break is that volunteers are still needed.
Sure.
Yes.
Volunteers are still needed to assist with the sponsors who you all already have, who are going to be doing some interesting things, helping out with Old Town Christmas. So what are some of the sponsors, what are their duties that they're actually going to serve other than, I'm sure they probably donated you know, funds or assistance or things like that, but some of them will actually be visible at the event.
Well, we have Fairfield Credit Union, which has been on board for as long as I can remember, since I've been chair. And what they do is they sponsor a Christmas craft. They bring the popcorn machine. They have giveaways. We actually have a door decorating contest within the rental center to add to the joy and the festivity of the building.
Okay.
So Fairfield is also kind of collaborating with that, and we're hoping that the Old Town members will, you know, judge the contest and, you know, decide who is first, second, and third place winner. And we have the Sheriff's Department and the Police Department. They're going to volunteer, and the Fire Department as well. And we're hoping that they're going to dress up as elves, since we've already gotten their costumes.
Oh, okay.
So we have hats and...
Yeah, well,
we're putting it out there.
It's out there.
It's out there.
Everyone in the community is pretty much now going to be looking for their local firefighters, police, and sheriff.
They need it.
So
they
the
want
fire
it.
department, the police department, the sheriff's department, we're all looking forward to you wearing elf ears and Santa hats.
With a uniform. That was the thing. I think that would be really good, because I think it's a good opportunity for the kids to see them in a different light outside of just patrolling the street as a, you know, kind of scary.
Right.
It kind of brings them with that community involvement. They're going to still have on a uniform, but, you know, make them Santa's little helper.
It kind of softens it a little bit and presents it to them. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Now, what are some of the volunteer and donation needs that we need to keep this event going?
Well, we always can use people. You can never have a shortage of people, specifically as it relates to the setup and the takedown. You know, the event starts at 4. So if you're interested in volunteer opportunities, come out 3 o'clock. You can help us with the setup. You can help us moving the kids along, making sure they maintain, you know, a sense of orderliness throughout the whole event. And so if you're interested, we'd love to have you. We'd love to give you community service hours, help you build your community service portfolio. We'll do a nice little certificate, sign the names, and say that you helped us out there. In addition to, we love to have more candy, cookies, punch, other prizes. If you'd like to be a sponsor and maybe do some giveaways, then we'd love to have you contribute in that way as well. So lots of stuff left to do. We've been doing, I think we've made great progress, but there's always room. So,
but most importantly, we need volunteers. So
volunteer.
If you're interested in volunteering, you can contact me at the United Way office, and that number is 870-534-2153, and ask for Ebony.
Give me the number one more time.
That is 870-534-2153.
All right, and the Old Town Christmas event will be taking place where again? Tell us that, and the dates and times and all of that.
This year our theme is Christmas in Paradise, so be prepared for a tiki bar, a luau Hawaiian theme.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and so we will be in the rental center 4 to 6 on December the 3rd, which is a Saturday, first Saturday in December, from 4 to 6, right before the parade starting at 6:30 on Main Street.
All right, now let's get back to this Christmas in Paradise Hawaiian Tiki theme. Now, how exactly is that going to work? So you guys are going to have on your Santa Claus hats and a grass skirt.
What?
Maybe.
You might have to do that now. We're going to let you do it. We're going to put you on the grass skirt.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
But we, for the first maybe 100 guests or families that come out, we'll have a lei for them to wear so they can feel at home with the theme. And we'll have a tiki bar set up in the lobby, and that'll be like a kind of like a substation. You can go to the tiki bar after you visit different games and register for a door prize.
All right.
And you'll have tickets that you'll receive at many of the games that we're getting from the Sheriff's Department and Pine Bluff Police Department.
Okay.
And you'll get a ticket and go to the tiki bar and try to win a prize.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Now, anything else before we get out of here that you guys need for Old Town Committee for reinventing downtown Pine Bluff or for Old Town Christmas?
Well, the one thing I would like to say is that I think we hear so often, even in the line of work that I do in the community and so forth, people love to talk about how there's nothing to do in Palm Bluff, nobody cares about Palm Bluff, but this is a great opportunity for you to bring your children out and be a part of something that is positive. You can do it with them. You're not just sending them to something, but you can be a part of something with them to help try to revitalize and uplift Palm Bluff. We do a lot of talking about how bad it is, but how about we do something to try to fix it, be a part of a solution. So I encourage you, be a part of something positive.
Okay. That's right. All right. Now, again, we want to make sure that everybody in the community comes out to this event, like Daryl said, with your children. It's a family event. That's something that has always been a family and community thing, where people who are working in the community are there working together, partnering together, being visible and putting that appearance out to kind of lift people's spirits during the holiday season. And we want you to come out with your families. With your children and granny, grandpa, everybody come out together and just enjoy the fellowship, the music, the fun, the games, the snacks. And in the meantime, get that candy, those cookies, that punch, all of that. Get all of that over to the Donald W. Rental Center. And you know, that place is a big community spot. And if you just walk through the door, somebody will point you in the right direction and make sure that those things get to the right people. All right. In the meantime, you guys, if you want to be a part of the Old Town Committee, then second Mondays of every month at noon, grab you some lunch, go to the Donald W. Rental Center boardroom, sit down, and let's talk about how we can uplift downtown Pine Bluff, make it better, and get some things going.
Good.
All right, thanks so much, guys, for coming. And I hope the turnout is bigger and better this year, and you know, we just keep moving forward.
Keep moving.
That's right.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on UAPB Currents.